Good afternoon, class. My name is Specialist Papa. Today I'll be going over leader development found in AR 350-1. In case of a fire emergency, please exit to your right in an orderly fashion to the parking lot for accountability and wait further instructions from your higher up. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He's the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. A quote from former President Ronald Reagan that I find relates deeply to leader development. Leader development is the deliberate, continuous, and progressive process found in Army values that grow soldiers and Army civilians into competent, committed, professional leaders of character. The responsibility of the leader is to maintain good order and discipline, generate readiness and conduct training, ensure the health and welfare of soldiers, and carry out other duties from your unit in the Army for Army success. In order to develop these leaders, the Army uses the Army Leader Development Model. It has 3 domains: the institutional domain, the operational domain, and the self-development domain. All 3 domains use experience, education, and training to overlap critical points. Leadership development is exhibited throughout one's entire Army career. By understanding its importance, one can grow as a leader and develop others. The institutional domain is our first topic. The institutional domain uses training-based centers, professional, military education, and civilian education systems to give a foundation of leadership capabilities. These courses provide knowledge and skills necessary for leaders at a particular professional level, to include Basic Leaders Course, Advanced Leaders Course, Maneuver Senior Leaders Course, Master's Leaders Course, and Sergeant Major's Academy. Utilizing these courses build a coherent foundation of leadership and give knowledge to pass back to your soldiers. It is a time to step back from the unit and focus on learning and reflect on past performances to make necessary changes for future success without any distractions. This domain alone is not enough. The operational domain is the next topic. It is imperative for a leader development where leaders are to perform operational duties. Development does not stop after schooling, but is built upon in this domain. This domain focuses on leaders to develop their subordinates through counseling, mentorship, and building on their specific duty positions. John Quincy once said, "If your actions inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." Meaning a good leader does not exploit power or have selfish intentions, but motivates, teaches, and is a good role model to subordinates. This domain is for that. Other things to consider in this domain and to do is real-world missions, experiences, and activities. Sharing past experiences, giving feedback to subordinates and tasking them out, or making them teach classes. This helps build camaraderie and team development. Moving on to self-development domain. The self-development domain is not only on being a better leader or soldier, but to build a resume of education and experience as a human being. One can do this by applying to college courses or obtaining professional licenses in a field of their choosing. There's programs like tuition assistance and the GI Bill we can use to take advantage. We live in a technological time where these goals can be obtainable anywhere and at any time to include being on deployment. In a lifelong increase of demand in an adaptive and changing operational environment, development and self-study must happen. Meaning, times and environment is always changing. To keep up, one must take it upon themselves to always be open to learn. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of a lifelong attempt to acquire it. A quote from Albert Einstein that I find particularly important in this topic. Self-development is continuous. It is a continuous process that broadens the individual so they know their strengths and weaknesses, to determine their needs and become more independent. Other responsibilities of a leader in this domain include providing a plan of action to self-development, to subordinates, and to themselves to reach maximum potential. In understanding leader development, you can be a better leader and develop better subordinates. Understanding the values of the institutional domain, you can set a foundation of leadership capabilities and pass knowledge to subordinates. With the operational domain, you can carry on operational duties and train subordinates to be proficient in more better training outcomes. Self-development not only makes you a more adaptive leader and soldier, but makes you a more well-rounded individual. Utilizing all three can not only better yourself as a leader, but make subordinates better. The best leader creates environments that allows an individual to grow and trust subordinates. A quote from General Adorno. With the speed and complexity of warfare and technology increasing, developing leaders is a mass changing with those domains as a guide to enable good leader development can lead us to a better future. As soldiers, we serve our country while exhibiting quality of what and who a leader should be by setting the example for generations to come. That concludes my class of leader development. Today, we went over Leader Development AR, an introduction to leader development, and the three domains of the Army Leader Development Model and its importance. Are there any questions?